President Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. The OccupyISS, like I said, I turned on the recycling engine of your planet. And I guess what I need to do is kind of explain something to you that because it's one thing or the other type of, it's either product A or product B type of an attitude, you don't seem to quite understand the full dynamics of what you're dealing with. As evidence shows, as far back as about 2000, when it became obvious that the United States government was directly interfering with my correspondence to try and right the evils and the abuses and the violations of my human rights to protect my son, who had his human rights violated by being told that he didn't have any right to have a father because somebody just didn't want him to have a father. Okay? United States military, 242 years, 243 years of existence, is constantly known for, if they cannot kill the person, they will kill the family. If you know mafia, if you cannot get somebody to submit to you, you will begin by killing their family on up to them. They usually have to watch their entire family die in front of them. So this is very common behavior of criminals. The 2,000 or so postings I spoke of, I was beginning to increase the size of the core of your planet. I'm sure any scientist can tell you, I mean, the numbers are going to be minuscule in some cases, but hot air is less dense than cold air, okay? It gets too hot, a plane can't take off, because the air doesn't provide enough lift for the mass of the plane to lift off. Photographers know you go out in cold nights to shoot the stars and planets and stuff because it's a denser, colder, less moving air. In hot air, you can get what kind of a wavy. You see heat waves on streets and stuff that when they get hot, they're not in front of the little illusion up there in your view. So there's this whole thing. Well, if you have literally thousands of different sites and places talking about how right now the core of the earth is getting hotter. That came out on the Weather Channel. It came out on a few other places. You have acidity in your oceans literally dissolving your seabed, which is killing any life that lived there because their environment is now non-existent. And if you go into chemistry, you know that adding acid to water is okay because the acid heats up and it gets dispersed through your water. But if you add water to acid, yeah, you can have a little bit of a mess and have something kind of pop back in your face because as the water and the acid try and mix, there's too much acid, it builds up heat, and it might actually make a big bubble and burst back up into your face with steam pressure. You have all this acidity at the bottom of your oceans, and that's increasing temperatures at the seafloor, whether it's a shallow sea or it's a deep sea. You have all of the volcanic geysers and undersea vents and stuff going on as well. You have cracks appearing all over on your planet, and there's both the conspiracy movement of the planet is growing and getting larger and all this, and there's the scientific evidence of things are moving. You have all of these cracks appearing that are miles and miles long. Okay, so it is obvious that your planet's surface is expanding. Okay, The core is getting hotter. The psychics all over the world are talking about cosmic energy coming in, and the planets are lined up on this side and they're pulling in energy from that way, and the sun is in solar minimum and there's energy coming into that way, and it's all causing all of this stuff to increase the size of the core. Unfortunately, yes, that is happening. And if you go back through the history of all of my tweets and posts and things like that, you will see that I spoke of increasing the size of the core and moving all of the continental plates around, because you have all of this nuclear material that will take hundreds of millions of years to become neutralized. And the gods have agreed, this is what we're trying to do, okay? We're going to move everything. You have 4 or 5 of these super volcanoes go off all at the same time, where normally your planet only experiences one at a time. Now, nuclear winter, for those of you that don't think about this, nuclear winter, the particles are tossed into the air from all the nuclear explosions. You have all these clouds and all this stuff going on, and it causes planetary cooling. Volcanic eruptions release SO2, therefore you will have cooling to a very high degree in the upper atmosphere, but your lower atmosphere will stay very hot. Yeah, there's a slight problem there. See, we need to move as much of the surface of your planet on land into the water to be burying those barrels and barrels and barrels of disgusting stuff and all the other pollution, and washing all of this polluted land that has chemicals of poisons, chemicals of fertilizers, chemicals of nanocarbon tubes that float. They're so small that they're killing things. They're getting into, blood veins of people and clogging stuff up and creating problems, and people don't even know it because they don't know they're looking for it yet. Okay, so you have all of this garbage all over your land. In a SO2 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 supervolcanoes expanding Earth scenario, yes, you have 2 things that are going to happen. Every landmass is going to be shedding all of its ice. As much land is going to be exposed as possible. You're going to have huge amounts of rain, which is huge amounts of erosion, which is huge amounts of sediment going into your oceans. And you will have all of your tectonic plates moving, which will cause these, and they throw them mostly into the deep trenches and stuff, is going to cause a, crushing and rippling all around the planet, and various of these trenches will actually get pushed down. This is why we needed the 700, actually 700 to 1,000 kilometers is what I'm believe that we're going to have earthquakes happening at. But this is going to move all your tectonic plates. You're very down deep. You're shoving things around, and you are literally pushing those containers by being in deep trenches like the Marianas Trench and stuff like that, which is a down traveling area of continental, a subduction zone. Okay, you have a subduction zone in front of Washington, and you got Hanford, which is what did the government claim? 2-3 million gallons of stuff so lethal that a single gallon would like contaminate an entire state as bad as Chernobyl did for Russia. So you have this stuff needs to be pushed down and under. It needs to get down into the mantle area where it's going to be made inert rather quickly, because it's just dissolved into the planetary mass and dispersed once again throughout everything, and even your plutonium is going to get dispersed, and it's not going to have life-threatening problems by being down in the mantle and cycling in and around and through the core and all of that stuff. So the planet gets cleaned up a lot faster, and all of this rain going on is washing all the pollution off to keep helping bury stuff down. So yes, it is possible that this planet can be rehabitable in about 50 million years. In the meantime, like I said, you have all of this wonderful stuff, including all of that radiation from all that nuclear waste that you've been just lazily tossing over the shoulder. I mean, think about how common is the comment, oh, they just swept it in the rug. Oops, we hid it in the back closet. We got skeletons in our closet, whether we're gays or we're rapists or we're politicians or, you know, whatever. Somebody's got a closet that they hide stuff in. I'm sure you can walk through me and my life and all of that and find something that I probably got kind of hidden away, because it's not something I make public. It's my own little private thing. Nobody else in the world needs to worry about it or care about it. So, you know, what do? You're sweeping it all under the rug. Well, you threw it in those trenches. You knew you were creating containers that would only last for a short period of time. I mean, they were rated for 50 years, and they contain waste that will take, you know, 1,000,000 years to be no longer anything. Yeah, there was no logic in that, okay? You humans have done it to yourself. And yeah, when you have, you know, 5 or 6 super volcanoes going off all at the same time, you will be, you know, quite possibly seeing some of those actual biblical, you know, big rocks of fire coming down in places, because they're going to go off and it's going to happen. You got New Zealand area going bad. You've got Yellowstone rising. You've got Italy getting ready to go. You know, you've got, you know, the Arctic is getting active. You have the Antarctic, which, you know, you guys haven't gotten under all that ice, so you really don't know what's there. Wonderful for conspiracy theory stuff. But all of a sudden, the scientists are screaming, "Oh my God, something's happening! All kinds of volcanoes are waking up down there." Well, it's a continent, and it's getting risen up. It's being lifted like everything else, and it's got that huge ice sheet. So an awful lot of that ice sheet will get melted away, which will help wash and clean and devour the human pollution. That is why I say you will never in your lives be able to stop it, because this is something that is driven by the gods themselves. This is going with my energy as an artist of chaos, and this is going from the spiritual realm, whether you believe in the gods or not. If you go to my website and you see the photograph that I sell, Artist of Chaos, I have a wing of fire, I have a wing of rainbow. Dreams, rainbow, crosses over the rainbow to dreams. I can make your dreams, I can make your destruction. Hindu, Shiva, creator and destroyer. God, Alpha and Omega of the Christians, Catholics, and Jews, and I guess even the Muslims are trying to claim they're the one and only God, you know, so they got to be the Alpha Omega there. So you see, I do actually fulfill and fit so many pieces of the prophecies that, for me, you know, this, you know, white horseman of the apocalypse, being told to me 53, you know, there's that funny 23 number there. 53 years ago, when I was like 7 years old, 1965, Disneyland, people walk up, "Hey, you're the white horseman of the apocalypse." They turn around and walk back in. What do your religions do? "Oh, you're a saintly person, you're a godly person. Oh, come with us, be a part of us, because we you know, we need you, we want you, you know, we're going to follow you. You're a guru, we got to follow you. You're a yogi master, we got to follow you." What am I? All through all this, I keep telling you, I do not collect followers. I am not a religion. I will never be a religion. I will, you know, I'm trying very hard not to be a religion. I don't collect followers, because that would lead against what I represent. And this is my natural behavior. This is why I am already a part of that paradigm shift. And like I've been saying, and I'm sure you could go all the way back to, you know, grade school, probably. Definitely by the time I'm in high school, I always made the comment, I work for the gods, I don't work for humans. I may take a job somewhere with humans so that I make money to pay my bills, because I'm an honest person and I got to walk with the gods. So I feel that it is karmically correct to pay my way in life. I do not want a free ride. Therefore, I do everything I can to avoid becoming a religion, joining a religion, getting anybody to suck me into their religion and stuff like that. Okay? But other than that, it sure fulfills the prophecy, doesn't it? So, yeah.